All right, folks, welcome to Rogers 2.0. We get them in a friendly game in the tournament. Apparently, this doesn't really affect seeding for pool play. We beat Rogers 6-5 earlier in the season. We'll see what the two teams look like here as they've both had a couple of weeks since that contest. Tournament has 6 teams, so there's 2 pools, an A and a B pool, or red and blue. We lost our first one to Eden Prairie 3-1. Eden Prairie played Fremont from South Dakota in their second game just before this, tied 1-1, so there's no way for us to move into the first place game. We'll need to beat Fremont at 5:30 to get to the third place game, but in the meantime, we'll focus on this Rogers contest. I think the boys are looking for a little bit cleaner game. A lot of goals in the third period last time by both teams as they were feeling each other out in a young season. Trina will be in net here to start this game at 12:30. We will go into a Zamboni between first and second period as they are Zamboni between every 2 periods for the tournament, and the rotation puts it between the first and second. So expect a little bit of a long break between the first and the second period. Here we go. Preston on the draw. Rogers wins that one. Move it up center ice. Preston muscles him down to the ground and then wins the puck battle. Walter back at D with Schwarzenschruber on this shift. He plays behind Trino to Schwarzenschruber. Schwarzenschruber there to move it over to Preston. Preston tries to wheel it up to Jake. Can't do so. Rogers pinches, finds a guy who's broken in front of the net. Luke comes up with a nice save to start the game. Early test for Luke there. He's up to it. Horowitz has got the puck as we go on a line change. Jake with a couple of moves. Goes on his forehand there and just misses opportunity, and goalie gets a hold. Nice individual effort by Jake as the boys were on a line change to get our first shot of the game. Jack Berry on his first draw of the game. He's got Soren and Sam Mulder with him. They ring it around to Isaac at defense here. Isaac chips it back in, takes a couple of steps, walks it in towards the net. Hard shot. Oh! Isaac with a beautiful shot there, rings the upper corner, and it's a quick 1-0 lead for your Hopkins Royals. Nice job by Isaac as he danced around the forward, pressing on him on the line. Maintained his composure, walked it in as you're taught in practice, and fired one top shelf on the goaltender. 56 seconds in, and Isaac with a goal. Soren ringed it all the way around after Jack got it behind the goalie. Zach on stats here today, asking kind of what happened. I'm happy to oblige, give his son an assist. Jack on the forward press here, makes a move around Rogers. Can't keep his footing. Walter will walk it in, plays it behind the Rogers titty. And then the puck goes all the way down the wave off icing here. Trino plays it over to Connor. Connor with a couple of moves. Moves the handle and we offsides at the line. Just about 2 minutes elapsed in the first period. Preston with his second shift of the game with Ramsey and Wyatt. Browner and Walter at D. Preston is pushing the forward action, moves it off the boards to Wyatt. Wyatt over to Ramsey. And Preston picks up a loose biscuit, moves it in with a couple of moves, and then loses the handle. Walter will clean that up. And 39 chips it in deep behind Trino in the corner there. Peterman looking for the puck. Munoz chips it back in for the Rogers Royals. And again, we got a Royals on Royals battle here. Both teams a little sloppy to start. 34th, couple of moves and goes off the post. Just missed an opportunity there. And we got our first penalty of the game at tripping. And isn't that the way it goes sometimes? Rogers rings ones off right off the post, and then they come down and trip us in the offensive zone, and we want a power play with 12:13 remaining in first period. Power play line consists of Isaac. So they'll move Isaac up, Hallberg, Walter, Jack on the draw, and Sam Elder. Sam picks it up down the Rogers tendy. Settles the puck, looks to outlet it to Soren. Soren gloves it down, backhand, and the goalie makes a nice pad save. And Rogers chips up high off the glass. That won't get all the way down, so they'll wave off icy, and Walter will ring it around Trino. Walter moves a nice outlet to Isaac. Isaac touch pass to Soren. Walter moves it back over to Sam Elder right in front of us here. And Rogers wins the puck battle there and chips it back down. No icing as it was tipped. Isaac moves it over to Jack Barry. Jack Barry on his backhand to Soren. And just 1 minute left on a little bit of a sloppy power play here to start. Soren picks one up off the boards. Hard shot gets blocked by Rogers. And puck finds Jack Barry's stakes. He's looking for an outlet. Fans on his outlet pass. Then he does move it over to Isaac, their goal scorer. And he chips over to Walter. Walter with a near side shot that misses well wide, and the puck's going to skitter out of the zone. Already a little bit of snow built up in front of the benches here as the puck slowed down, as this is period number 2 of the action on the ice, period 1 for the game. Walter touch pass to Connor. Connor with some speed. Shot gets tipped and goes wide, and Ramsey picks it up. Hard shot by Ramsey. Goal! Ramsey's first goal of the season. Rammer rams it home, and we get a power play goal. I believe, was that a power play, or did they get out of the? He just got on the ice, so full strength goal there. They're talking about who got what. Connor, I believe, Jake maybe got an assist, and Ramsey with his first of the season. Good for him. 2-0 here. Still a lot of time in the first period. 10:27 remaining in first period. Gotta like the hot start by your Royals. Gives our team a little cushion. Preston picks up the loose puck. And the Royals move it back to center ice. Schwarzenegger looks to move an outlet back to the goal scorer, Ramsey. And Ramsey unable to chip it in. Comes back to Schwarzenegger. He moves it up ahead to Preston. Preston gets bumped off the puck. A big collision there at the top of the dot, and both of them went down, as I don't think either were expecting how strong they were on their skates. Big collision. Nice hustle by Preston. Face-off will come to the goalie's right here. Jack Barry wins the face-off over to Soren. Soren with a move on his backhand, rolling puck. Not able to get a good outlet there. And Royals from Rogers bring it back in behind Trino to his left side. Nolan's got it. Rogers keeps it in at the line on their backhand, chip it back in deep, and Nolan Haney will give a look. Puck comes just out over the line, and we'll have a face-off here. Barry on the draw, Soren and Sam with him. Rogers chips it in deep. And Walters bumps it back up to Sam Elder. Dangerous play as the puck came in and Nolan Haney got a stick on it, but it went well wide. We'll see what kind of resolve the boys have here, up 2-0 early on. Let's see if we can't continue to drive hard the rest of the game. quick turnaround for the next game as we have the least amount of time between games. We'll come back here and play it again at 5:45. Jacobson battling. Rogers pinches it in. And then they push it back in. Deep shot goes well wide of the cage. Soren finds a nice outlet to Sam Elder. Sam Elder with some speed. He's 1-on-5, knocks down a couple of guys himself, and great job by Sam as we're on the line change. Keeps it in and allows all guys to change. Terry's on it. Terry, who took a big skate to his thigh during practice, got 10 stitches onto his thigh. A pretty ugly cut. Just reminds you why it's nice that we're wearing throat guards now. Is, man, a pretty ugly cut on his thigh. And thankfully in a spot where it allows him to continue to play, but 10 stitches for him. Preston working hard today. I love to see it. He's flying all over the ice. Isaac, who scored our first goal, picks it up and does a nice job dancing around the defender or forward press, then loses it. We got a guy open in front of the net, chip it over, and Luke with a great job swinging over to make a save. And then he dives on the puck. Nice job, Trino. Luke, using that large frame, comes over on a wide open shot, slides over, makes a nice save, and then jumps back over to catch the rebound and lay on top of it. So the first big test for Trino, and he's able to jump up and make a nice couple of saves there. No line changes for either team, so it'll be a quick draw. Halfway through the first period. Rogers goes D to D and fires it in, and then we kick it in. And no different than yesterday. That's twice now that our team has scored. That same player scored on our goalie. That one went off Connor's skate. Yesterday he had one go off his stick. So a little bit of bad puck luck for your Royals. All right, so if you're counting own goals at home, that's the third one of 2 games for Hopkins, unfortunately. So bad puck luck, we'll get through that. It's a game of ebbs and flows. And not much the goalie can do there as Connor stuck out his skate, went right off his blade and found the corner of the cage. Rogers outlets it. Ramsey finds the puck, moves it up to Barry. Jack with some speed, beats the defender. Hard stop, makes another move. Can't find Ramsey in front of the net. Rogers has some speed coming back the other way. They stay on side at the line. 34 wheels it up, shoots hard on Luke. Luke holding that post does a nice job, and then he grabs the rebound. And now the ice is starting to tilt Rogers' way as they take advantage on shots. Rogers splits RD, and then Preston does a great job elbowing him off the puck. No call there. Just a great hockey play as the boys collapsed on him and rubbed him right off the puck. Puck will come up to center ice. And their offsides at the line will come out all the way to the other side. They'll do a face-off all the way down as intentional offsides. Sam Elder with a couple of moves. And the puck comes out to our defenseman Isaac, who had our first goal. He walks it back in. He had, Preston near side. Good look from Isaac as he just about found Preston. They're camping out on the goalie's glove side, but they weren't able to connect. 2-on-1 developing the other way. And Isaac at the end of the shift was like, oh, goodness gracious, let me get off. He makes a beautiful play there, stuffs him, and then says, line change for me. And Isaac, who just came on for, or Sam Schwartz, who just came on for Isaac, plays it up to Soren. Soren chips it up to Jake. Horwitz loses a handle. And the puck comes all the way back to center ice. And we'll be offsides at the line as Walter was looking to dump it in, and that's going to come to center ice. I always tell the boys, pick up the puck and hand it to the ref. It makes their life easier, and it can help you later in the game. Jack on the draw to Terry. Rogers dances in. Hard shot goes wide of the net. Short side, and they just missed an opportunity to puck and slide it in front of the crease. They almost banged one in there. Rogers fires it well in front of the net. And Jack Barry finally able to settle us down a little bit. Not often you see Walter get pushed down on the ground. That time, Rogers wins the puck battle. Puck comes out, Luke sweeps it aside, and it goes back to their defenseman. Jake with a good block. Nearly a block to a breakaway. That was close. Luke plays the stick behind the net. So Luke sticks it aside, and that gives us an opportunity with Terry to break out. And just offsides to catch a break, we were in a desperate need of a line change. 4:17 remaining in the first period. Rogers wins that draw, dumps it in deep. Connor gives chase. Connor gets rubbed off the puck. Preston, who's been all over the ice today, grabs it, moves up to Wyatt. Wyatt tries to move it out, and a give and go to Preston ends up working out. Rogers sweeps that aside as Connor was about ready to change and was unable to. Now Connor will hop off the ice as he was about ready to change there, and it came right off of his skate. Ramsey, who's got our second goal right now, looks to find a third one for the Hopkins Royals. Peterman gets hammered down to the ice. Nice job by Ramsey to keep it in. Isaac between keeping it in or not. And 2-on-1 quickly goes the other way. Rogers shot, and they unfortunately sneak one in as it goes off of Luke's stick and finds the corner of the net. And just like that, we're tied up. Sometimes those tough decisions, to pinch or not pinch, can be a big difference. That time we decided to pinch. They quickly wheel the other way. And since shots were 4-1, it's been all Rogers. They've had the last 7 shots on goal. We're going to need to find another gear here. Saturday afternoon games can be tough. Right after an evening game, but we got another one to go yet today, so the boys are going to have to find another gear. Sam over to Nolan. Nolan finds Jack Barry. Jack with a hard shot and scores! And there's the other gear we're looking for. One of the smaller goalies I've seen in Bantams has been beat 3 times now up there. It's kids can find those corners, they pick it right at your ear and find a way to sneak it in. So Jack did the same, and just like that, 3-2 again. See if we can't find some momentum here. This has been a whipsaw game. A whistle from the fans throws everybody off. The refs are looking at who's whistling in the fans. They basically threw all the boys off. The play essentially stopped from someone whistling out in the stands. And come on, is the response to that. Be better. Rogers fires it in, and they score. Again, tips off our own guy. That time it went off of Walter. Hate to say, but it's the 4th goal in 2 days that went off our own guy. We just can't catch any luck. We've seen Total of 6 goals going our net, and so far 4 have been off our own guy. Puck rings around net. No high stick there, so we try our best to keep it out. Luke sticks it into the corner. Horowitz pushing it out. Can't do so. Rogers keeps us end-to-end deep. Finally, we'll chip it out to center ice with 1:50 remaining in period number 1. That's seen both teams find the net 3 times. Sam wins the race to the puck there, moves a hard roll on his backhand, tries to outlet to Horowitz, no one there. And Luke with a nice save, puck's loose though, as he was not able to hold. And the net's off, and we'll get a whistle. Well, 1:28 till we get a needed Zamboni here. Coach is going to want to regroup with the boys. Puck comes out over the blue line. And yeah, just Dylan on the bench today. We got 2 injured Hopkins players, but only 1 coach out there. Isaac does a nice job pushing that behind the net. Can't handle a loose puck, and it comes out to center ice. Wyatt gets absolutely hammered. That was a clear penalty, a roughing penalty, and we'll see how Wyatt's doing, as that was an extremely hard check. We'll go on mute. Wyatt's able to get up, and we'll see a power play here for the last 45 seconds remaining in period number 1. 70 will get the roughing penalty. He came in high on Wyatt, right in front of us here.
Let's go, Hopkins! Let's go!
Puck comes back to Walter. Walter, hard shot. Puck's below the goalie. It's still loose. Still loose. Still loose. Goalie can't get it. Comes back to Isaac. Isaac with a shot. Oh, it goes right through the goalie's leg. Somehow doesn't go into the net. And then we get a whistle. I think we're going to have another penalty, a cross-check on Rogers. So we'll go 5-on-3 with 22 seconds. I'm not sure how we couldn't find the net there. The puck was loose, and we couldn't squeeze it in. Then the puck went through the goalie's legs. He must have got a skate or a toe on it as it went through his legs, and it went wide. And we had a guy just camping out. We couldn't knock it in. Still 22 seconds left on our 5-on-3 for the first period. Then we'll have the same amount as we go back to Isaac here. Isaac walks it in. Hard shot. Goal! Love the shot by Isaac as he just keeps it hard on the ice. And we quickly score. Just 7 seconds into that 5-on-3. I like the shot by Isaac. He went hard low. The goalie could not see anything. Hard and low is a good shot at this age. It's really deceptive. The 5-hole is a tough spot to save it. Even on breakaways, kids can come down and it doesn't look like they're shooting. They just quickly snap it in stride. And love that shot. Second goal for Isaac this game. 4-3 in a high-scoring affair here in the first period. We're still on a power play for the next 150. Preston's going to reset us up behind Luke. Maybe get one last charge here for the first period. He's just happy to burn up the rest of the period and just absolutely hammered for no reason. And we'll go into the locker room, and both teams maybe need to take a deep breath. All right, hopefully you're able to re-engage the cast. We shut it down and tried to update some settings for the coaches. Shots are 12-9 after the first period. Score is 4-3, Hopkins Royals. Isaac with 2 in the first period. Jack Berry continuing his goal scoring capabilities, and then Ramsey with his first goal on the year. See if we can clean up a little bit. It was a good time for a break as the game started to get a little rough, a little out of hand. We'll have 1:38 on the power play once this period starts. Go on mute until we get ready here. 111, make a wish. All right, we'll have to have the line change here now, so we'll go the next final 2 periods on clean sheet ice. Like I reminded you, 1:38 remaining on the power play. Not sure where Sam Elder's going there. Oh, getting the water bottle for the goalie. Luke put it on the wrong net. Ref shoots and he makes a glove save down on the other end with the water bottle and puts it on top of his cage. Here we go. Jack Berry in the draw, Sam Elder, Soren on the power play, Walter and Isaac. Rogers happy to pin it up against the boards there in the penalty kill. Puck gets into Jack Berry's skates. Jack with a fluttering puck shot. Goalie holds onto that in the chest. Berry wins the draw, back to Soren, Soren back to Walter. Walter goes back to Soren on the far boards. Soren walks it in, tries to find Jack in front of the net, they can't connect. Isaac loses the handle here, and thankfully was able to have some composure and gather. Soren up to Jack, Jack tries to play it through, as there's a tough pass coming behind him, try to play it through his legs. 1 minute left on our power play. Sam Elder behind the Rogers goalie, looks to wing it out front, can't connect there either, and speedy number 34 has got it for Rogers. He dumps it all the way down and behind Trino. Puck bounces way off the boards, and very springy boards here. We're able to pick up that puck. Isaac brings it over to Sam Elder. A one-man wrecking crew, 34, disrupts the play, and then they chip it out. Walter off the boards, up to Isaac. Isaac over to Sam Elder. He can't catch that one. Just 20 seconds left in this power play. We did score on the 5-on-3 at the end of the first period. We're able to win the puck battle. Isaac chips it back into Jack. Jack a couple moves in the slot, shoots it wide of the net. And Rogers is now full strength. They pick up the puck right behind Walter, and we're offsides at the line, come up to center ice. They call those intentional offsides when you touch the puck when you're inside the offensive zone. Ramsey, I believe, no Ramsey. Preston will be out here with Jake and Terry. Connor and Schwarzenschreiber at defense. Terry tries to skate in. We lose at the blue line, we're able to hem it back in. Schwarzenschreiber shoots it, goes off a skate from Rogers and dangerously almost found Jake's tape. Preston plays it back to Jake. Jake out in front, Terry can't connect. A couple of high slot opportunities here early in period number 2 for your Royals. Connor wheels it around a couple of Rogers players. quickly plays it out of the zone. Shot goes well up over the cage and off the glass. Rogers able to keep it in. They find an opportunity in front of Luke. Luke gets a pad on it, and we clear out the rebound. Is another dangerous play there. Rogers fires one looking for a teammate in front of the net, can't connect, and then they push it in deep. Schwarzentroober's going to pick that one up. He gets rubbed off the puck, and Rogers got the loose one there. They look to wrap it around on Luke, they can't. Connor, frustrated, fires it off the boards, and then Royals have it. One, not two shots. Luke with two pad saves. Rogers keeps us in deep as we were desperately looking for a change here. When we get a cross check on Preston, sometimes happens at the end of a long shift as we were looking to just get it out of the zone. So we'll try and kill a penalty at 11:58 of period number 2. A critical power play for Rogers here as momentum swung back our way with a good 2 minutes and 40 seconds of power play ourselves. Win the draw though, thankfully. Walter tries to push it out. Rogers pushes it back in deep. And now they're going to try and set it up here, 5-on-4 hockey. Walter pushes that one over to the corner and finds his skate, and he's happy to dump it out of the zone. Rogers gets a stick on it, so no icing here. Rogers with some speed, moves it around two of our players. And Walter with his large stick gets a stick on it. Disrupts an opportunity to set up there, and then Rogers is able to find the puck. Puck goes in the corner here. Walter looks to bring it out. Jack Barry now. Barry muscles him off the puck, can't get it out. Hard shot goes up over the net. And we'll fire it down for an icing. We'll have 58 seconds remaining on the penalty for Preston on a cross check. Happy to get a line change there as we're 1 minute and 3 seconds into the penalty and the boys were getting a little gassed. Soren will take the draw here as we try to kill this penalty off. Like to see the pressure as Sam pushes them on behind the net. Try and make them a little uncomfortable. Rogers has a couple of shots on Luke, 2 pad saves. Nice job by Luke to stay strong. And then a guy comes crashing down on top of Luke's back. Great job by Luke to stay strong there. As a couple of hard shots came in and he kept his pad down flat to the ice. Was able to gather that one and lay on top of it. Second time that we've seen that this game. 10:33, period number 2. Still 35 seconds on the cross check to Preston. See if we can't find a way to kill this crucial penalty off. Rogers now setting it up, 5-on-4. They wheel it down to their winger, hanging down deep. 34 is probably their best player on the team. Makes a couple of moves and loses it to Isaac, who's been playing as the best player on our team today. Isaac drop pass to Soren. Soren hard shot, blocks off of a shin pad for Rogers. And just like that, we're full strength, so we are able to kill off the cross check to Preston. Nice job, boys. 34 makes a couple of moves and can't find a teammate in front of the net. Oh, we had a backhand there. Sam almost played it right to 34. And thankfully it rolled off his tape. Preston plays physical. Isaac tries to dump it out, can't. They fire it back in deep. Try to chip it out again, and we're able to, and they'll be offsides at the line, and we're bailed out as Owens for Rogers tried to wheel it back in, clearly offsides. 9:27 remaining in period number 2. Ramsey will get his first touch of the period. And he's out there with Wyatt. Good to see Wyatt back after taking a hard check there in the boards just in front of us earlier in the contest. Walter gets it up to Jack Barry. Jack with some speed. Makes a couple of moves on his backhand. Tries a near side shot. Hits the edge of the net. Went a little wide on that attempt. Ramsey with the first goal here, second of the game for us. Looking for his second of the game, couldn't find one. Walter up to Dieterman. Crowner with a couple of moves at center ice. Jack told him to go in deep. Ramsey told him to go in deep. Ramsey covering that defense here. Rogers is able to gather and they'll look to move it out of the zone. Good forecheck here by the boys. Jack forechecks. Walton with a long shot. Goalie contains that one. Good forecheck by the guys there. As we've seen with Rogers quite frequently in this game, him to send deep, we were able to do the same. And a little good offensive zone pressure. Isaac steps up at the blue line, keeps it in, and then the puck comes out to Nolan Haney. Soren does a nice job there. Sorry, I haven't wheeled the camera over. Fell asleep myself. Soren's got it, moves it back to Nolan. Nolan can't get it out. Rogers finds a guy wide open on the side of the net, and Luke comes up to challenge. As Luke read that play nicely, gets a blocker on it and sends it up into the netting. Good job anticipating the pass there. You could see the Rogers player wide open was ready to do a push slide over, and he did and challenged him. It's about halfway through the game. Rogers wins the draw. Fired in on Luke, pad save, and then they score on the rebound. As no one was there to pick up the puck, and just like that, we got a tie game. Preston with a good forecheck, wins the battle, almost shoves it into the net. I like Preston's effort here today as he's working really hard. Soren finds it, shovels it over to the goalie, he'll jump on top of it. With 6:51 remaining, period number 2, all knotted up. Perry on the draw here. He'll have Terry on his side with Horowitz on his left winger. Walter and Isaac, we win the draw, comes back to Isaac, who's looking for a hat trick. We just chip it just wide. Nice check by Jack Barry on the boards. You know, Jack's got a name where it's impossible for me to just say Jack. I always got to say Jack Barry. That name is just beautiful. It's so fun to say. Puck comes out in the slot and they score. Puck comes out from behind the net, and a wide open Rogers Royals takes the lead 5-4 as the scoring continues here. Still 6:28 remaining in this game, which feels like an eternity. Well wide of the net. Well, we miss our injured players, I can tell you that. Ben with a sprained AC joint on the shoulder after a tough check last night against the boards. Waiting for Jameson to come back from his hip injury. And as I say that, we get a hooking penalty on Isaac. So 6 minutes even remaining in period number 2. We're going to have to look to kill another penalty. Rogers wins the draws. I don't think I've ever seen Wyatt take one, and that was his first time I think you've seen him take a draw all season. They win the draw, they get a shot on Luke the pad save, and then the puck comes out to the neutral zone here. Rogers is going to wheel it around and reset. Ramsey doing his best to kill some time on the penalty as there's still 1:30 left on the hooking to Isaac. Rogers with a deep shot, and Luke will stick that one into the corner. Back to their defenseman position, they go D to D. Deep shot on Luke. Luke sets down on it and will lean on it. Takes exception to the late poke check, and 1:09 remaining on the penalty to Isaac Nelson. Preston wins the draw. Nice face-off win for him. Back to Nolan. Nolan tries to knife it out. Rogers pinches this back end here, and they go D to D again. Deep shot and get a block there by Preston. Rogers still containing it. A little back and forth here. Back to their defenseman. Deep shot on Luke. He'll stick that one aside. Rogers does a nice job. Oh, and we fire it right at the coaches. Try to fire it off the boards. Sam Elder or Nolan, I can't sure who just about killed the guy there. Rogers is doing a nice job on the power play going D to D. And with 4:40 remaining in period number 2, 40 seconds on the hooking penalty, Isaac will see if we can't finish this penalty kill off. High shot goes over the net. Rogers goes near side to post. They go back and forth there. Nice setup by Rogers in his power play. Walter picking up the guy in front of the net, and they throw it out front blindly after all that work to Preston. Man on a mission here. See if he can't draw a penalty. And quickly the other way as Rogers has an opportunity here. Luke with a pad save. And we'll dump it down, and like that will be on full strength now. We'll get an icing, so I'll keep it right there. Full strength with 3:54 remaining in period number 2. Shots are all slanted Rogers' way as we can't seem to find any rhythm today. An eternity left though in this game. We still got almost 19 minutes of playing time. Rogers wins that draw. Another quick shot on Luke. He's going to get a hold there. And then Jack will try again. And Rogers wins it again, back to their guy, and Luke blockers that one side. Another deep shot comes off the boards behind Trino. And finally, Jack Berry's going to get that puck and get it out of our zone. Big check by Rogers as he steps into us. Sam Elder sends the same guy that sent Jack down on the ice, falling all over the place. Watch out for a chippy game to ensue here. You can just sense it. Schwarzenegger can't handle, and Rogers dumps it in deep. Connor pushes him down to the ice, and Soren wheels it up nicely to Jack. Jack Berry gets slashed, no call. That's a hook! That's a hook! Jack's getting hooked all the way around the net, and they don't call it. In any hockey game I've been in, that's a hook. He had his stick and his glove the whole way around the net.
Yeah, he just latched on and went for a right.
Deep shot by Preston goes off the post. Went goalie, then post. That was close. Ramsey back to Welter. Welter with a deep shot. Goes wide. Royals were able to get a stick on it. They'll meander down the ice. Isaac breaks that up.
That's your puck.
And Walter picks up an errant pass by the Rogers Royals. Ramsey stays onside. Rogers able to block Walter's shot. Terry with the move. Sends it back to Walter. And they ice it down. We'll stay right there. 1:05 remaining in period number 2. Perry on the draw, wins that, back to Nolan, chips it on the glass. Counter up to Jack. Stand size at the line there. Jake pushes it forward. Nolan over to Connor. Connor up to Jake. Nice breakout. Jake tries to make a couple of moves. Loses the handle. Connor with a deep shot. Goes off the side of the net. Just 10 seconds remaining here in period number 2. Goes off the goalie on the side of the net. Jack tries to wing one in. Just misses, and now get into period number 2. 5-4 Rogers. All right, see if the boys can find another gear here as we'll tee it up for period number 3. 15 minutes to go. Down just 1 goal. Rogers again goes D to D. Deep shot on Luke. He gets a shoulder on it. Soren will just chip it out. save as the puck found a Rogers Royals on the. Oh my God! Knee to knee. That's got to be a 10-minute misconduct. Most dangerous play in hockey. That is the most dangerous play in hockey. Is Isaac's down. It's got to be 10. It's the most dangerous play in hockey that you can do right there. Most dangerous play in hockey right there. Knee right on knee, threw his leg out at Isaac, clear as day to anybody that's watching it. I mean, that's a broken leg waiting to happen, and hopefully Isaac's okay, as that's a really tough play. Yeah, they're kicking him out for that. They should. That's, if you rewatch that, I encourage any Royals parent to go watch that after the game and watch how dangerous that play is. Should be a game misconduct and not even a second question. I said earlier this game was getting chippy. You could see it happening. And when Jack got hooked around the net and the refs didn't call it, you could just see it was going to fall apart. So they're going to give us a 5-minute major here. They kicked him out of the game. So with a 5-minute major, we can score as many goals as we want in 5 minutes. So we'll be on a power play here until 9:09 remaining in period number 3, assuming we don't get a penalty. Soren picks up the loose puck. Backhands it just wide of the net. And Rogers will ice it. Oh, they wave it off. Just missed Walter's stick. Walter wins the puck race to it. Soren will ice it up to Jack. We'll see if we can get some sustained pressure and set up a power play. Rogers happily dumps it all the way back down, and it's going to be just wide of the net. So 45 seconds already gone on the 5-minute major.
All right, Hopkins, let's go!
One more. Clear.
Coach was going through some strategy. We were one short, so Connor will come on the ice. So Connor with Nolan, Preston, Jake, Ramsey. And they'll kick Preston out of the dot for that. No big deal. Rogers wins the draw, and then they able to chip it up to 34, who's been kind of commanding this game. Connor breaks up the play. Preston rubs him off the puck. And we'll come back hard the other way. Rogers is down behind the play. They won't blow a whistle till the end of that. Goalie snatches it out of the air. And 34 is slow to get up. As a Roger Parents yells, call both ways. Well, we didn't go knee to knee on your player. It was a clean body check. 3:51 on the power play. We win the draw. Sam over to Soren. Soren with the deep shot, and goalie gloves one that was going well wide.
Keep working, Hop!
Barry on the draw. Can't keep it in there as puck comes across the blue line. Walter to Sam. Sam back to Walter. Soren picks up the loose puck, spins the other way here in the power play. shot by Jack to break up the play by Rogers there, but then they're able to chip it out. And we're almost a full 2 minutes through this 5-minute major, and we've had yet to have really one good scoring chance. Jack with a couple of moves. Deep shot on the goalie. He blocked it up into the glass. Soren goes down hard, and then finds the puck, moves it back to Connor. Connor with the deep shot goes well wide. Walter's going to pinch there, and they're able to nub it past him out to center ice. Connor skips past the Rogers player, fires it towards the net, can't connect. Jake with a move, still with the puck. Preston goes to play the body, and then picks up the loose puck. Puck comes back out to Connor. Connor with the deep shot well wide of the net. Schwarzenegger will pick that up. See if we can't settle and set up this 5-minute major. Oh, and Pat Preston wide open. Preston just couldn't connect on it. And we're already 3 minutes through the major penalty. We have not been able to score yet. Connor with the deep shot. Goalie sticks that up into the netting. 1:48 remaining on the major penalty. Match penalty to Rogers. Barry on the draw. Puck comes back out to Walter. Walter plays it over to Elder. Elder with a couple of moves to Soren. Soren shoots. Goalie makes a glove save on a puck that was going wide of the net. Jack will get another attempt on the draw here. Wins that one. Back to Walter. Walter with a deep shot. Hits the goalie in the padding, and then he'll get a hold. 1:32 left on the power play here, 10:40 in the contest. Jack on another draw. Sam Elder will come out on the power play. Ben Tarrin, comes out for Schwarzenegger. Rogers rings it around, dumps it out to center ice to Ben Tarrin. They get a breakaway short-handed here. Puck's rolling, make a couple moves on the play. Five-minute major, you hope that you're going to get the better half of that, and we're not able to get one in. Rogers scores short-handed on a puck that we couldn't handle at the blue line. And now 6-4, Rogers, 10:25 remaining. Still a minute 17 to try and get that one back on the power play. Well offsides at the line. Just like last night, we were on the power play. We just couldn't get anything moving here. See if we can't settle ourselves. Walter with a big check after getting absolutely... We got 5 guys on the ice there. Connor with the deep shot, puck goes wide. Rogers was holding our stick. Ramsey blasts a guy, then a guy dives on him. And finally they're going to call one on Rogers. They let it go for probably a minute and a half longer than I would have. And a wrestling match breaks out here. We had a guy on the ice and he dove on us. I have no idea what the frickin' hell is going on in this game. It's not hockey, that's for sure. So we'll go They throw us in the box, throw them in that box. I don't know what's going on here. They got 6 seconds left on the 5-minute major. We literally have a guy on the ice, and one of their guys dives on us like it's wrestling. I have never seen hockey like this in my life. At one point, there was 5 kids on the ice. Half of the entire group on the ice was literally on the ice. If you're watching this at home, I apologize for my reaction there, but this is tough to watch for a lot of reasons. Preston on the draw. Preston didn't have his mouth guard, so we didn't grab that, and they pulled him off. He picked it up off the ice. Jack's got it. Jack wins the draw to Wyatt. They dropped the puck, and Rogers only had 4 on the ice, so they'll get their 5th skater up there. Very dry. Rogers finally realizes his even strength. And Rogers wins the draw. Connor loses the handle a bit. Still 8 minutes left in period number 3. Jack can't connect with Connor, and the puck will come all the way out to center ice. Clear interference there as the guy takes a run at us without any intention to play the puck. Tries to do it again. Gets away with it both times. You gotta have some intention to play the puck, as Scumway takes 2 runs at us. Sit on that, as that's the first puck he's seen in a while. A little over halfway through the 3rd period, the 2 roughing Winston-Hills come back into their benches. Preston on the draw. Comes all the way to zone to center ice. 1-on-1 and couldn't connect. Luke's stick got stuck in the skate blade of Rogers. Elder tries to find Preston in front of the net. Can't connect. Preston elbowed down to the ice. We get an icing call here with 5:55 remaining in period number 3. Barry wins the draw to Jake. Jake fires one up off the goalie's blocker. Terry back to Connor. Connor hard shot. Goalie makes pad save. Hopkins collapses on Rogers. He takes a run at us. Connor with another deep shot. Waffles one in on the goalie. He'll hold it. Barry will be on the draw again. Terry out there with Jake. Nolan and Connor. 5:34 remaining. Win the draw. Connor with another deep shot. Can't get it to go. Jack spins a shot wide of the cage. To Jack Berry. Jack finds Nolan, just missed him. Wyatt Dieterman will take a deep shot, can't get it to connect. Back to Connor. Connor plays it off the end boards, and they chip it around back to Nolan. Nolan hems it deep. And Rogers punches one out, and Connor will race to that puck. Win the puck race, threaten a body check, and dance the kid off. Jack gets tripped up. Rogers spins the other way. Cork, couple of moves, backhand on Luke. Luke with the pad save. Jack's able to disrupt that. It's coming to the net. Rogers finds the back door. Luke comes over with a nice save. Luke does a nice job recognizing that play. Gets a hold of 3:44 remaining in period number 3. Well, we're severely short-handed here. We've got Isaac, who had the knee-to-knee on him. Looks like he's not being attended to, so that's good news, but won't come back out in this game. We've got Ben, who has a shoulder sprain. He'll be out a couple of weeks, and we're awaiting Jameson's return, so we're down 3 first-years right now. All skilled players we desperately miss. Look forward to having them all back on the ice at some point. Rogers wins it, and has an opportunity to get another shot on Luke. Luke had a glove save there in the kind of break before. Sorry, can't get it out. Sam's able to chip it up to Preston. Still can't get it out. Now Sam's got it. Rogers wheels it back D to D, and we got still some time to make something happen here. 3 minutes left. Preston with the block shot. Walter threatened a body check, and that kid was happy to give the puck up. A saucering puck skies all the way into the corner. Scumway passes it over D to D. he gets a shot on the goalie, and he'll get a hold. And he desperately try to get one here. 1:51 remaining in period number 3. Well, we'll see if we end up pulling Luke. I'm not so sure we will. Puck goes wide of the net. Schwartzschuber comes back from his defensive position, moved up to Ramsey. Ramsey over to Nolan. Nolan knifes it in towards the goalie. You'll glove that. .23 remaining. Preston keeps losing his mouth guard. He skates around the entire rink to look for it. He's got it. They'll put Jack back on the ice. I'm not sure how it keeps falling off his mouth. Perry on the draw. I'm exhausted, I gotta be honest, with this kind of hockey. Walter tries to chip in, can't do so. One minute remaining, period number 3. Jack will break out with some speed, see if we can't get one with 30 seconds left here. Jack hard shot, goalie makes a save. Rebound, can't get it to go. Rogers pushes it out of the zone. Walter fights him off. Just 20 seconds left here in period number 3. Horowitz makes a couple of moves. Fires it in from deep. Rogers will win this one 6-4. Save, knife it out of the zone. And that'll about do it.